So today we're going to do stretch for the lower back, and I'm going to show you how to use the chair, and you can even do it sitting on the couch. Um, when you're sore and you don't feel like moving, sometimes the easiest way is to just start from right where you are. So aside from remembering to drink a lot of water while you're doing the stretches, keep the core engaged, keep your glutes tight, and your legs engaged. All right. So um, I will just start up here on the chair because a lot of people are just kind of sitting here. So while you're sitting here, just drop your head left and right. Nice deep breathing. Go your own pace here. Now, if your shoulders are kind of in a forward fold from sitting forward or looking down, you want to work on slowly getting those shoulders stretched out. So we're going to do some backward circles. Keep your core engaged, remember. Nice deep breathing here. Now I'm kind of on this side of the room today because my fireplace is going to be getting fixed on Monday. Hopefully they start. So that's why I'm kind of over on this side. But I just want you guys to, wherever you are, whatever your situation, you can find ways to stretch and work out. And it's important to do it daily. If you miss one day, it's like missing 3 days. So try to be consistent with yourself. Motivate yourself. All right. Nice deep breath. And go your own pace. Here, your shoulders can be really sore. And, it's a lot of it's just from not moving them. So if you very slowly work those joints, it's going to be slowly getting back to moving. All right, we're going to go forward with the shoulders now. Okay. Now, if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use a chair as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of things today with the chair. All right. So we're going to stretch left and right now. Keep the core squeezed. And we're going to drop down the shoulders. If you can, raise them up a little bit. Okay, just go where you're able to. Remember to keep your core engaged. Squeeze. You're working your abdominals through that whole entire time that you're working. All right, we're going to drop down. Put your arm out and just kind of drop down. Maybe you need some pillows. You're just stretching out your sides. Drop the head down. And here we're going to shrug that shoulder up and down. Keep the core engaged. You're just changing your level of the stretch here. Nice deep breath in and out. All right, and we're going to open that arm back out and then move the chest forward. All right, just opening up that shoulder blade, stretching out the side, you're stretching the neck. All right. Now we're going to very slowly turn the head to look down. Now I want you to tuck the chin to your collarbone. And then bring the chin back out and look all the way up to the ceiling. And then slowly come up. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So switch the pillow over, lean it down. Core engaged. And it's a very slow movement. You really feel the neck stretch out here. And we're going to slowly bring the chin down and tuck it to the collarbone. Feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck. Squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes. And bring the head back out and slowly look up to the ceiling. And back down. And then slowly come back up. Alright, this is a great way to get the neck and shoulders moving. Okay, now if you have yoga blocks, we're going to take the yoga blocks and put them in front of you so that you can lean on them. Right, keep your shoulders pressed down and back. Alright, if this is as far as you can go, just go here. Keep your core engaged. And we're just going to hold this pose, okay? Stretch out your lower back. All right? Maybe you kind of lower the blocks down and go a little bit lower. And if you're able to, at some point, if you keep practicing, you'll be able to move the blocks and go right down to the floor. For those of you that are more advanced, we're going to grab a chair, all right? And we're going to just kind of squat down in front of the chair, and you're using the chair for support. So you're holding on to it, right? You could also do this in the couch, hold on to the bed, and you're just allowing your lower back to stretch out here. If you need support to sit on, you can put a block underneath you. This can be pull on the legs a little bit. Just remember to keep your core engaged. We're going to drop the head down. Get a good stretch across the back of the neck. You're also stretching out your shoulders here. And you can move your head from side to side. Gently stretch out your neck. Okay. And if you're able to, put your hands on the floor. Maybe come down a little bit further. You can use the yoga block here. Put it under your elbows. And you're just holding this pose. You need to give your body time to slowly open up if it's compressed. You're gonna feel it all across the back of the neck and the head. And you want to keep the shoulders pressed down and back, away from the ears. Core engaged. We're going to roll the head very gently, left and right. Go your own pace here. We're going to tuck the chin right into the chest. Get a nice deep stretch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Really stretch out. You can put your hand on the back of your head and just help stretch out a little bit farther if you want. And you feel how tight your neck and shoulders are. All right, we're going to slowly come up. If at any point you start to feel any tingling or numbness in your hips, so you want to switch position, either come out of it for a bit or move your body so that that tingling and numbness goes away. All right, we're just going to tap the leg down and kind of wiper them. Okay. Now, if you're a beginner, you can even sit on the bed and do this one. Just lean forward. You can use your yoga blocks to hold on to. Okay. Just stretching out the hamstrings. You want to flex your feet. Keep the core engaged, legs squeezed tight. Just allowing the tendons in the back of the legs to stretch out. We're going to slowly come forward. Keep your shoulders pressed down and back. And nice deep breathing here. Now if you feel like you can lower the blocks a little bit, just lower them a little bit. All right. And for those of you that can't get down this far, you can use the chair as well. Just pull it in. All right. And lean forward. You want to keep your shoulders pressed down and back. So you're leaning into that chair to help for support. You can put your chin on the chair. Nice deep breathing. And if you want to get a more of a shoulder stretch, you can grab onto the top of the chair and push your shoulders down the back. Right. And then just take some nice deep breaths. Roll the head left and right. Depending on how tired you are. Everybody's at a different place in your body. So you want to move the chair back now. Again, you can hold on to the chair, lean forward. All right. And if you're more advanced and you need a deeper stretch, and you can actually put your legs right up onto the chair, right? Put a towel up there. Keep your shoulders pressed down and back. You can hold on to your feet. You're going to get a really good stretch in your hamstrings and in the bottoms of your feet here, if you can do this one. And try to challenge yourself, but don't go out of how far you can actually move. You don't want to injure yourself. So just be patient. Start on the floor and work your way up. When you stretch out your legs and you get everything moving again, that brings back your mobility. Shoulders down and back. And work with different positions too. Maybe you can't reach up to your feet like that. Maybe you're here. Maybe you need the yoga blocks. Okay? There's no right or wrong way to stretch. There's no right or wrong yoga body either for, people that are starting their stretching. They see everybody that's fit and doing all the headstands and that. Hey, you don't start out doing that. You work your way up to it, right? You can put a little bit of movement in that lower back. And the key is just to go slow, keep your abdominals squeezed tight so you don't go farther than where you are. Okay. Now we're going to open up the hips a little bit. I want you to bring the left foot bent, and then you're going to pick it up in your hands. Make sure you sit nice and tall. And maybe you're here, maybe you're here, maybe you're way down here. That's okay. All right, maybe you can't get it up on your leg. Maybe you're here yet. That's okay too. Just go wherever your body can move. Right? So if you're up here, you're just gonna pull the leg in. You're opening the hip joint. And I will show you each one. I'm just starting with the advanced one. Right? If you're down here, you're just leaning forward. And if you're on the floor, maybe you're here, maybe you need yoga blocks to come forward onto. Okay? And then over time, you can lower down, and then eventually you'll be able to move the blocks completely out. And now you're stretching, you'll feel it more in the hamstring on the back of the straight leg. So we're just going to take a couple of breaths here. So whichever position you're doing your stretching, just hold the pose, take a couple of breaths. You need to give your body time to stretch out. Squeeze the core, squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes. And then as you feel it stretch out, you can maybe walk your hands out a little bit farther. Squeeze the abdominals. Right, and then slowly come back up. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So extend the right leg and the left leg in. Maybe you're here, maybe you're here, maybe you're up here. All right, wherever you're at, take a couple of breaths. And each position, if you can work through all three of them, each position stretches your hip out in a different location. This one is targeted more on the psoas muscle, which is the inside of the hip. You can also feel it on the glute muscle. Right, if you come down here, it's going to be more on the hip flexor. And if your foot's on the floor and you're leaning forward, it's going to be more on the hamstring. Use your yoga blocks if you need them. Keep your foot flexed. Also look down at your foot. Make sure that it's not tipped left or right. Make sure that it's straight up and down. So that makes a difference in your stretch as well. Alright, and then slowly come down. Feel the tightness in the back of the legs, stretch out. Keep your shoulders pressed down. Squeeze the abdominals. Deep breaths in and out. You want to take about 8 to 12 breaths. Just let everything stretch out. And then slowly come back up. Okay? Now I want you to bring your feet together, like sitting up. And we're just going to use the chair here. So we're going to open the pelvis here. So squeeze the abdominals. And we're going to use the chair to massage that hip area. Keep your shoulders down and back. Keep your core engaged. And go your own pace here. Feel how tight your hips are. Again, take 8 to 12 breaths and go your own pace. All right. Now we're going to switch direction, but I want you to switch which leg is on the outside. And then we're going to go the other way. Keep your core engaged, sit up nice and tall. Okay, back to center. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to lean forward, use the chair. Keep your shoulders pressed down and back. Squeeze your abdominals here. You can even pull your head down. And here you're opening your hips. You're going to feel it on the left leg, on the hip flexor, on the psoas muscle. You might feel it on the inner thigh as well. And then slowly come back and switch which leg is in the front. And do the same thing. So you're just leaning forward slightly, just opening that hip. Right? You can squeeze the core, the legs, and the glutes, and just move very gently side to side if you like. Or just hold the pose and just lean forward. Just opening those hips, shoulders, spine. Right. Now, if you're like me, you can really feel it in that lower back. Okay. So we're gonna move the chair out just a little bit. And if you're able to pull your leg up on the chair, We're going to stretch the hamstrings a little bit more. If you're not able to put it up on the chair, maybe you can put it on a block. Just to elevate, just changing the angle of the leg. Right? You can flex your feet, sit up nice and tall here. If you're more advanced, you're going to be up on the chair and you're going to be leaning forward. And if you're just starting out, you're just stretching out the hamstring. Just give your body time to get used to moving. Then you can lean forward slightly. You can also put your hands behind you and push yourself forward. Keep the core engaged, legs squeezed, glutes tight. And look at your feet. Make sure they are straight up and down and not turned. And then from here, you want to work on coming forward. Keep those shoulders pressed down. Squeeze the core. Alright, and slowly come back up. Alright, bring the leg down. We're going to windshield wiper the legs. Very gently, put your hands behind you. You can lean back slightly, open up the chest, drop your head back. Push the chin up. Alright. And bring your feet back together. And just take a couple of breaths. And that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you will try that using either your chair or, your bed. You can do it on the bed. You can do it on the floor. The key when you first start is to just keep going. That's you have to be the one that takes your practice further. So every day do something because it's the key. The key to mobility is to keep your body mobile. And if you just sit and watch TV all the time, you lose your mobility. And as you get older, it's harder to get back. So